So all the people who have been doing the bad, the worship of idols, the detestable things, God is going to punish them. Ezekiel chapter 8 verse 12, he said to me, Son of man, have you seen what the elders of Israel are doing in the darkness, each at the shrine of his own idol? They say, the Lord does not see us. The Lord has forsaken the land. Again, he said, you will see them doing things that are even more detestable. Then he brought me to the entrance of the north gate of the house of the Lord. And I saw women sitting there, mourning the god of Tammuz. He said to me, do you see this, son of man? You will see things that are even more detestable than this. He then brought me into the inner court of the house of the Lord. And there at the entrance to the temple, between the portico and the altar, were about 25 men, with their back towards the temple of the Lord, and their faces towards the east. They were bowing down to the sun in the east. He said to me, have you seen this, son of man? It is a trivial matter for the people of Judah to do the detestable things they are doing here. Must they also fill the land with violence and continually arouse my anger? Look at them putting the branch to their nose. Therefore, I will deal with them in anger. I will not look on them with pity or spare them. Although they shout in my ears, I will not listen to them. So they won't be spared, and no one will be able to escape. I was in the spirit, in the road network. And there on the road, there was an accident that had happened. There was a woman lying, and she was wearing brightly colored clothes. As I stood there watching, suddenly I was identified by a demon. And when I was identified, he shouted for help, and some other demons were coming to attack me. But I moved. And when I moved past the woman who was lying on the road, bloodied. So as I was watching, the vehicle that had knocked her moved just past her and went away. So I started walking slowly by slowly, slowly by slowly, slowly by slowly. But as I was walking, I was in the spirit. I could see that the roads had walls, but the walls was completely painted with red of the blood. It was completely painted, both sides, with blood. So our road network, the many accidents that are happening, are sacrifices to the dark world. Sacrifices caused by demonic spirits that are in capture of our road network. And the 7th month is a month for the renewal of sacrifices. So the 7th month is the month of renewal of sacrifices. That's why you find after the 7th month, there are more accidents and more bloodshed than before. Why the 7th month? because a day won't be enough for them. Remember that God rested on the seventh day. So, a day won't be enough for them, but a month is enough for them. A year, the seventh year will be longer. So the seventh month became good for them because they know it is a month for rest. So many are at rest at that time. So they chose it to be their month of renewal of covenants, so that during this period there's no much barrier when they're doing their rituals, because it is a month for rest, the seventh number. The masquerade party, it is a devilish party. Valentine's Day, it is a devilish day. A day when people are allowed to paint and share the red love of Satan. Where there's much immorality being done. Wickedness. Adultery. People being made to enter into dark covenants on that day. Valentine's Day is a day where people are made to paint the red love of Satan. Jesus died on the cross and shed his blood. So, just the same way as Jesus died on the cross and shed his blood, the blood that we are proud of till today, that redeems us, sanctifies us. So Valentine's Day is like the opposite of the Good Friday. Let me say it that way. The opposite of the Good Friday, where people are allowed to paint the red love of Satan, to make sin more and more, to spread lies, immorality, wickedness, doing the evil, being more and more followers of Satan. Remember, even if this food that we buy in the market, they are not holy, especially the manufactured foods. Most of them involve demonic rituals. That's how people have been made to enter into covenants, because covenants mainly are achieved through food, drink, and body contact. So this day, Valentine's Day, there is chocolates, there is wine, there is what. There's love making, the covenants being achieved. That is another bone of bread that the Lord Almighty revealed to me. So there are many more, but we shall continue. The will and the purpose of the Lord must be done. And he remains the Lord Almighty, the judge, the revealer, the lawmaker. And it is only he who will save us and give us the new life, breaking the yoke of injustices. It is the sieve of destruction of the Lord Almighty.